Yo, I'm gonna try something very, very unique. I'm gonna try to do a very complex pedal quickly. Let's see what I can do. The Cirrus by my good friend. That's an overstatement. I know him. I mean, we've met. I mean, from afar, we've seen. We don't like each other. No, from a friend Enrico Preuss from KMA Audio Machines. He just released the Logan and now the Cirrus. So if you would, Leslie. Thank you. This Cirrus is a one of those delay reverb things. Like I think many companies have it. There's the Caverns 2 from Keeley. There's the Ethereal, I think, from Wampler. I've never actually played it because I don't have one. But this is, as you can clearly see, with all the switchies and stuff, a little bit more complex. Let's ignore the expression in the middle. By the way, it has expression. Yeah. How do you know what it is assigned to? Pretty clever. That's in the graphic. Follow the sun rays. Ba-ding! And now it's going to time, repeats, sensitivity, dampening, decay. But let's ignore that for now. On the right side, we have the reverb. Left side, the delay. They cannot be switched on and off independently. There's one knob for both of them. If you only want one, you have to turn the volume or the mix down of one. So right now we only have reverb. These are very, very sturdy knobs. This is a pedal in terms of quality and all the ins and outs and how it's attached to the chassis. Quality-wise, that's the shit, and that's how everyone should do it. It's exemplary, as they say. So, volume for the reverb, volume or mix for the delay. Yes, when you do this, it is all wet, kill dry. Beautiful. That's the way I like it. Aha. That's the way, You don't know. On the reverb side, we have decay, which is how long the reverb is. We have an order, reverb into delay or reverb into delay or delay into reverb. I think that's probably whatever comes first. I would kind of always do delay into reverb, but what do I know? That would just be my logical thing, but we'll try both. Then we have, how long is it? We have dampening, how much does it cut the high end away, and sensitivity. Enrico loves dynamic stuff. So depending on the dynamics of your playing, the sensitivity knob will guide certain parameters, like in this case, the filter. There's a high pass and a low pass, a Jennifer low pass filter, or a modulation. This will control the modulation speed and or depth, something. In this case, this is a pre-production model. I was one of the first to actually have it. He left it here at 42 Gear Street. Thank you, Enrico. But that means something happened internally, and the low pass is actually the high pass, and the high pass is actually the low pass. So when you see the high pass on, just know that it's a low pass. When you see the low pass on, just know that it's a high pass. That will not be on the final version. Moving on, there's a tapestry will be the speed for the delay. The delay has 3 different modes. Modulation, of course, a pitch modulation. Sample and hold, which is a filter going which is great. I'm really trying to do this fast. And octave, which adds an octave to the delayed signal. So then we have repeats, also known as feedback, time, also known as time. Sensitivity, again, guiding those parameters. In the case of the octave, this is a ducking. The harder you play, the more the octaves will be ducked and then come up. So they're dynamic octaves, doctaves, if you will. What was that? I don't know. If you will. This is me on only a lot of coffee. Ariel Manson, get her at mrgugu.com. So, apparently, when I try to turn this on, I'm holding this in and letting it go, it goes away, which tells me there's a momentary switch. So, hold it in, and then let it go, and it's gone. And, there's nothing on this side. Expression input here, and there's also an effects loop. So, if you want your delays in your reverb to be fuzzed, or that would be Enrico, fuzz, or overdriven, or flanged, or whatever, put something in the effects loop. You'll need an insert cable, which I don't know where mine is, which is why we're not doing that. But it's cool, trust me. Top mounted ins and outs. And while I grab my guitar, Leslie can show the side of the pedal. Really cool graphics by the friend that does it for him. It is also called a spatial temporal modifier, because Enrico smokes things and that's how he comes up with stuff. I'm going to test that pedal with my Purple Monster from Macmull. Thank you, Tal. Thank you, Amit. They sent this to me. It is probably one of the finest guitars you will find on the planet, and that's not overstating it. That's also just repeating what other people said. Since this is all spatially, we're not going into tons of amps. We're going into the Tone King Sky King, which is a twin kind of a thing. Yeah, Leslie's trying to go to it, but I switched the camera so that we can show the expression pedal when we get to it. That's an Aero EP25 by Mission Engineering. But not yet. But I can use it as a little stand. Here's the sound of both humbuckers in the middle. There's a bit of reverb, which is from the amp. We should turn that off. And we're gonna start with the reverb. Turning the delay down. Right now, it's more like a roomy kind of a thing. There aren't any algorithms in here. It's one algorithm. And we make it short. Very like early reflection kind of a thing. Turn that down for a little bit of depth. That's very nice. Of course, there's other reverbs to do that. But it can do that if you needed to. what I just did, that dampening, you can do with an expression pedal if you so choose. So that's the longest you can get there. I also recommend watching Stefan's fast video on the pedal zone, because that's his bag of chips. That's what he does. So, if I crank up sensitivity now, it's going to introduce modulation with the dynamics. already quite a bit. It's very whooshy. We're gonna go low pass, which you see as high pass. Let's go to all reverb so you can really hear it. You can hear it open and close. Of course, if I have more guitar in there. Gives a little bit of a swoosh to the reverb. It's not super drastic until you do it yourself. And then high pass. Which is great to make the reverb not trash your signal with all the low stuff and get it out of the way. Cool stuff you can do here. Of course, none of that. So if I use the expression pedal now, let's do this quickly. For the reverb, I plug this into the expression port. There you go. And thank you, Leslie. Right there. And I'm gonna have the sensitivity off because now you can actually hear it quite a bit better. I'm like, why isn't it working? The damn pedal. No, it's the damn me. Because I have to assign the expression mode. And Rico's sitting in front of this video going like, Henning! You idiot! Yeah, rightfully so. Assign the expression mode to the appropriate sun ray. There you go. Now we go. That is actually an effect that I have used quite a bit and I love. And on high pass. Good. So you get that. That's how that works. We're gonna turn reverb off. Oh no, I don't have to unplug expression because I can assign it. We're gonna turn delay on modulation. We'll tap something. Tap, 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 tap. You don't have to say it actually. It works without that. Gonna turn that down. Oh, I accidentally. Digital delay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 eighth notes. I go to dotted eighth. That didn't work. Let's do this again. Quarter notes. Actually, here. Did I do 1, 2, 3, 4? Da, 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 da. Dotted eighth. Now we're going to bring in the sensitivity to bring in some dynamic modulation. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's do less than that. Let's see what the maximum delay time is. That's what it is. About this long. Maximum repeats. With time it goes away, but fine. Very long. So we're gonna go to the octave thing. So you hear boom, boom, with the processor that's built into this, the octaves aren't exactly where the delay is. It's a little bit of a drawback, so use them sparingly. Bing, it's not boom. They have a long delay time. So the latency, the delay between the actual delay and the octave is always the same, independent of the delay time. So now with sensitivity, I can duck them. And they come up on the trails. But as I attack again, they get ducked again. Now together with the reverb, we're talking. If you duck them a little bit, you don't hear that ding because they're coming in later. And I think that's how it's designed. Moving on to sample and hold. That's a very, very cool delay effect. This is definitely not your average box. It is meant for soundscapes. It's not meant necessarily for... But whatever just happened is cool. So now we bring in, as I said, the reverb. And all of a sudden, you got stuff happening. I'm going to put that on damp. do reverb into delay. It's got built-in seagulls. Of course, I can do expression control of the repeats. That way I can have very, very long repeats, but then take them down, play the next chord, and always have my pad happening. Yeah, there's some seriously crazy stuff happening. I think this might be something I like very much. Let's see. So, Cirrus, most certainly not your average reverb and your average delay, but filtery goodness, controllable in many ways with this big ass knob. It will take you a little bit of time to wrap your head around how that exactly works. With you have to take sensitivity down if you want full control with the expression pedal and where expression goes and what the possibilities are. But if you're into soundscapey stuff, or this is the stuff I do use, like for bands like Campaign Like Clockwork, to do synthy kind of soundscapes behind the actual guitars. I've used the transmitter from EQD, Earthquaker devices, which everyone would think, what are you going to use that for? If you listen to Patiently, that's one of the songs that we used for the kind of soundtrack for 42 Gear Street. That's all guitars, and that's all those types of pedals where you can have those filter sweeps. So it's very, very useful. It's not gimmicky at all. The delay sounds great. It's got more conservative modes and then the crazy cool ones. And the reverb can be used conservatively. Will it replace your spring reverb? No, it will not. It is really meant, that's why it has only one switch, to be used in conjunction to create crazy cool, filtery, sweepy soundscapes. And I think I applaud Enrico for going a different route and not making your average reverb delay pedal. Way to go. If you like those kinds of soundscapey things, check out the Cirrus. It's probably the pedal for you. Spend some time with it, and then it's your best friend. This is an unpaid video, just to let you know. And links below, animals at the end.
get back to nice again. Let us walk this land and make it alright. Play this move I make, cause it's the better way. Let's just do it and we'll both be fine. I know that there's a chance you stab me in the back, but we'll have none of that.